Good morning. This is Murray Brown, vicar of St Paul's Church, Lees in Sheffield, UK. I just want to reflect a little bit on the new government directives to enforce social isolation. It was sobering to hear that on TV last night. And I just want to reflect a little bit on it. But before I do so, I think I ought to give a little bit of a health warning. I'm quite into personality types, and I'm aware that my personality type, according to the Enneagram, if that means anything to you, is not terribly in touch with my own feelings. I'm perhaps more likely to be in touch with how other people are feeling about things than I am deep inside. I can do my surface, but find it difficult to connect with my deeper feelings. So I just want to say that from the beginning, I may not be connecting with deeper stuff because I'm not there yet. And if Enneagram is interesting to you, I'm a number 2. I need to be needed, which probably fuels all my urge to keep posting videos. If you want to get into that, well, Richard Raw's written a brilliant book about it. If you want something to listen to, I would sort of give a guarded recommendation to an American podcast called The Liturgists, who are very radical, sort of Christian, post-Christian podcast. And they've done quite a few on the Enneagram, and you can just see that, hear a little bit about the 9 types and think, oh yeah, I think I fit into that. We all fit into all of them a bit, but oh yeah, I think that's me. And then you can take that further. There's a lot on the internet. So in the United Kingdom, we were told to be quite radical in our self-isolation. It means we can't do a lot of the things that we were doing in the past. And yeah, I'm sure that I haven't really caught up with all of that yet. But I just want to perhaps help you to accept what is happening. And I think I do mean accept. That doesn't mean to say we just accept everything, but I think that action needs to come out of a place of stillness and acceptance and contemplation. So yeah, there may be things to challenge, but let's just accept the situation first. I mean, I could be critical of what was said. I'm sure I could find things to criticise, but I don't want to. I don't want to go there because I think that the reasoning is sound. So how do we get to that place of acceptance? I was listening to a podcast this morning because I work a bit early, and it was saying we need to think of this in terms of bereavement. And you may be aware that there are stages of bereavement. Not that we go through a sort of a nice, tidy stepping stone, but there are these sort of things that we will experience in bereavement, and just to be aware of that. Now, one of the early stages is denial, just not accepting what's happened. I can't believe that a person's died or whatever. And I think that was going on in the UK, certainly last weekend, where people were going to beaches and areas of beauty and almost ignoring the directives. And so things have got a bit tighter. There may well be, as I've mentioned before, anger, frustration, depression. I'm not going to see people. I'm not going to be able to, for us, hold our granddaughter. There's a lot of deep stuff, and I think I probably need to get into that in the next few days. But well, as we work through all of this, we come to that place of acceptance. Okay, this is how it is. Because from acceptance, we can begin to think, well, how do I make the best of this situation now? I was talking about spending time with your pot plants yesterday. But what are the things you can do? I've been out for my one outing, which was to take the dog to the park, and it was glorious. I spent quite a bit of time with our wonderful view across the city of Sheffield, and I saw a few birds, which was lovely, a nuthatch and a thrush, and I saw a 747 from Los Angeles to Amsterdam. Not so many planes now, but it was great. Whatever it is, whatever, excites you, go there and be lifted. Find the things that feed your soul that you can do now. But I would encourage you, as my podcast was encouraging me, that whatever your personality type or whatever, that you actually face stuff. I think we're often afraid of being quiet and still because all sorts of stuff comes from the past but actually if we're able to face that, we overcome it rather than running away from it, filling our minds with media such that we're allowed these days. So it's amazing, and there's sort of neuroscience to back this up, that if you do spend even a few minutes each day in stillness, accepting, and there are ways of using it well this sort of time, just accepting how things are, releasing your emotions, it changes how you are, it changes the rest of your day. So I think that'll do for this morning. But yeah, it's hard, and we just need to face that the best we can. Thanks.